Hi, this is Lucas Cross doing my screencast for ASL Project 3. And here we have my cool site called Cool Beans. It is a site for coders to post and share code with other coders, kind of like Stack Overflow. But we'll go ahead and jump right into this. So from here you can go and get started by signing up here. We'll just do a test. Test. So now we're signed in. We can log out here. Nice little drop down. So from the landing page here, we can view the thread, which nothing's there. So pretty much as of now, since nothing's there, it must say, well, if somebody's not signed in, say if we're logged out and somebody tries to go to the code stash or share code, if they try to share some code, the permissions will be anonymous because there is permissions. There's this cool thing called circles on this, and it makes it so users can have permissions. If they submit, it's going to prompt them to log in because they have to be logged in. So we'll just go ahead and log back in as test. So from test, as I said, we can create one. Just go to PHP. And we'll go and just do that, and then permissions, of course it's authenticated, or everyone. I made a circle for everyone, so because I was trying to figure out how circles work. So from here we can submit that. Now we have a thread here. This is the edit view, so we can go just add some stuff to it so you see that that works. We'll submit that. You can see it edits. You can go to the code stash, and it tells you what time it was posted and who the user was, which is test, of course. So there's that edit. We can go back to the home. This is our home. We can go ahead and log out and log back in. Now I made myself the admin here. So now that I'm signed in as the admin, we could do some pretty cool stuff. This comes with the mean stack. You have to do an override because it starts with a bar like here that you can get rid of. So I overrided that and moved the admin features up to here, so only the admin can see it. I can go and look at the users. Of course, there's myself. There's the test user. You can edit these and delete users. You can add users and give them roles. So we'll just go ahead and add a user via admin. Give them the roles of everyone. And authenticated, of course. And we can add that user via the admin. You can also change the roles on this guy. So do a shift click to do that, to add more than one. Could probably even give them admin privileges, but of course I wouldn't want to do that because I am the admin. Now we're done here. We can cancel that out of there. So also a cool feature that I saw that the mean stack has is we can easily change the theme of our bootstrap with a cool bootstrap theme thing. I believe it's called boot swatch. Yeah, boot swatch. And we can just change that and it changes the whole site, but I'm going to go back to the default because These are kind of meh. The colors aren't perfect. But I found that cool. We can go into the modules and we can create a new circle if we wanted to make it so certain users with permissions have this or that. And this is actually an API. You can see the circles. Outside in this circle, the anonymous and authenticated users can create, edit, and delete content. Within the admin, same thing. You can create one. I'm not going to create one, but... And then there's settings in here for all that cool stuff. Template engine, all this, what local host name we want to use, session names, bunch of cool stuff. Not really touched on in their documentation. As I said in my PRD, that this is a fairly new framework. Documentation isn't the best. But yeah. So also I will add my own here. So if I could spell, oh whatever. So since I'm signed in as admin, I can give everyone permissions to that, or I could just have admin and authenticated and submit this. We'll go to our code stash. I can see the user of myself, Elucid Island, posted this at 9:15 and 59 seconds. So that's there. Of course we can edit. And I can fix that. There it is. Now we can go back to our code stash, and there's the posts. Now I want to try something here, because since I added those permissions and added that user, we can try to sign in as test2 now. So there we are at the landing page again. See, now the permissions were for everyone. Everyone should have access to being able to view these, but not being able to edit them. Is how I set it up, I believe. If we go, I'll show you, this goes into the database. This is Mongo Chef. Here's the first post, PHP, basic PHP. Second post, CSS, all that jive. So that's all in the database. We also have a users table. We have myself, test1, and test2, and this is MongoDB, using Mongo Chef for the GUI. There's all that. See, now test2 doesn't have permissions to do anything with that. Let's see if test1 can do anything to the admin post, which I'm sure he cannot. See, now those people who post these things are the only ones that can edit these things as of now. You can add authenticated. Now, let's see if that makes it possible for test2. Nope. It only allows users to post, well, edit their own posts, which is cool. So if they wanted to keep the thread going, they can add more basic stuff. But that's pretty much that. The admin, of course, can edit and delete both of those, I believe. The circles is really strange. I can't really figure it out. But yeah, of course, admin has full privileges to everything. And of course, this site is super responsive and it has a cool hamburger dropdown. Alright, we'll get into my code here. This is just my index, my base landing page, as you can see here, the side here. So it's in a Jumbotron. I felt like that looked cool. Now it's using my package controller to do some basic stuff. Let's open that up actually. I'm sure it's just mainly so my package controller, all this does is it gives it the scope and the name of my package. Nothing's really going on in this package. It's just mainly a basic landing page. Now my header controller here has it calls the menus in by my menu and default main menu because it's default, and this is the default toolbar up here. And I added the admin feature, so when the admin is logged in, there's the admin dropdown for the admin. If we go into our app.js, this is where I added the home button. Let me open this up, get rid of that hamburger. So this is where I added my home, and of course everyone can see it. Authenticated and anonymous users can see this when they come to my site. Of course the title is home and the link is home. Close this, close this. Now this here is my state provider. This is all Angular. This is Angular module. It's in a function of state provider. And these are the states. The state that will take you to all articles. The URL would be /articles. So I'll show you that here. It goes into the URL up top. So /articles. We can go /articles create. /articles create. Now if we wanted to edit, we can go edit. And of course it pulls the ID from Mongo. Mongo generates their own IDs for each thing of content. It puts that there, so that would be the URL for that, article/article ID, which is a really long, obnoxious number, /edit. And of course the same thing for viewing it. If we're just viewing it, it's the same. It's just articles in the ID. So now if we go into my header HTML, we have here so much stuff. Now, Angular here, it uses data binding. So I was having a little trouble doing this through calling it like this, where it's UI serif item link and then item title, which is what would be in my header controller. Now if I were to create, it's not in my header controller, app.js, I mean, my bad. So many files, but if I were to say and create another one of these, let's change it to just test and test. Now what that would do is automatically, well, I'd have to relaunch the server, so never mind. Relaunching the server takes too long. But this would add another link to my menu up top here. But instead, I kind of hacked it and used the routing from the state provider to do this right here. So you have to call an ng class of active UI route. And then in the href, you just simply say articles and articles create. So the code stash is just to articles. And the share code is to articles and create. So Of course, this uses my header controller. And here is the schema for the articles. This is how it adds it into the database. It uses Mongoose. So it'll have the date, it'll show all that. Then it has the title as a string, required, trim, true. Same with content. User, it will take whatever user actually put that in. And then it'll have the permission array of how many permissions there are and updated if it's updated or not. And then we have some reprompt validations here. So if the title's blank, it'll let you know, hey, this can't be blank, and if the content's blank, hey, this can't be blank. But this kind of was a pain in the butt. I had a lot of fun with the mean stack. I'm really gonna hunker down on this and try to really learn it to the fullest, but I got my app up and running here the best I could, followed my PRD as best I could, and yeah, that's the mean stack. Thanks.